Welcome to Financially Speaking. Well, I'm back after hiatus. Probably maybe, I don't know, maybe more than 5 to 6 weeks. We took a summer break. And so I'm glad to be back here in your presence here on RTC, the #1 station in the Turks and Caicos Islands. And this is Financially Speaking. Of course, our show it is geared towards educating you, the public, about finances. Today is not particularly talking about finances. In honor of the 30 years anniversary of the Turks and Caicos Islands Community College, the community college is on a public relations wave where they're going around, letting people know what they're there for. They've been around for 30 years. And I remember, I think it was 84, as I can recall. 84, yes. 94. 94. It's like 3 years later after I came home. And I remember I was so excited, to see a community college here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. I remember when I went to college, everybody said, "Do you have a college? You have a college?" And we didn't have a college when I went away to college. And I left in 86. And so I was so excited to see that we have a college here. Now we see tuition is free. And I think one thing that we have to do is take advantage of the opportunities that we have. College is not, everything, but it's the beginning of something. I think once you get your knowledge, that knowledge is something that no one can take away from you. And also going in college, you meet with people. I think one of the greatest lessons for me being in college was not necessarily the knowledge, but it was more or less the interaction, the people I met, learning about different people, different countries. And I think that's a broader view that we could also have at college. Because in the real, when you go to work, you're going to be interacting with people. You're going to have to work in teams. You're going to have to depend on each other. And I think that's one of the benefits of being in college, because you may work in groups and all of that. You participate in the class. The same thing when you go in the workforce. And so I encourage you to take advantage of the community college. I know a lot of sometimes we feel sometimes it's best we go away. But you know what? If there are courses that are offered here at the community college, then why go away? It's cheaper. You can work in Turks and Caicos. You go to community college at the same time, do your 2 years. You can even do 4 years now with a bachelor's degree. And then if you decide to do 2 years here, then you could go away and do another 2 years. That's 2 years that you would save having to pay in America or the UK. And so I encourage you to take advantage of the community college. And what I'm also excited about the community college is they now have this TVET program. I know a lot of us have been asking about vocational school. The ministry, this administration has decided to put the TVET as part of the community college. I know the previous administration had the building assigned for the vocational school. This administration decided to put under the umbrella of the college. For whatever reason, I do not know. So we have 2 guests here today from the community college. In honor of the 30 years, we're going to be talking about the community college. And I hope that we get excited. You yourself, adults, you could go, anyone could go to college. It's no longer about young people. The young and old can go to college, and I encourage you. It'll be one of the best investment of your time that you could do. I'm not saying money, because really and truly you don't have to really pay to go to college here in Turks and Caicos. As far as I know, the tuition is free. And so with that said, I'd like for my guests, I don't want to mess up anybody's names, so I'm going to have my guests introduce themselves to you. Thanks again for watching Financially Speaking. Welcome to Financially Speaking. Please introduce yourself. Ladies before gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. And I'm very pleased to be here. My name is Dr. Dolores Stapleton-Harris, and I am Vice President, Academic, Vocational and Student Affairs of the Turks and Caicos Islands Community College, the institution of first choice for teaching and learning in the Turks and Caicos Islands and beyond.
That's it. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you, Dr. Harris.
Thank you.
Right.
Good to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Seymour. Thank you for the opportunity for being here on Financially Speaking. My name is Kevin Baxter. I'm the Dean of TVET, Technical Vocational Education and Training, the most prestigious tertiary institution this side of the Caribbean, the Turks and Caicos Islands Community College.
I love it.
And I say welcome and thanks for being making us a part of financially speaking and your astute listenership.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I say, it's a pleasure to have you. I want to talk about, before I come to Dr. Harris, because I want to talk about this TVET.
Yes.
I know you was on the show before.
Yes.
And I believe there are a lot of opportunities for residents in this country to do well. I was speaking to a businessman, about a year ago, and he said, Drexwell, one of the things we really need, we need plumbers, we need mechanics, and he said, I have to bring them in. I have to go to the Dominican Republic, and I have to bring them in because we don't have them. Tell us about this. I know you was on the program before, but there's a lot of cry that we need a vocational school. Is the TVET a replacement for the vocational school? And tell us some of the programs that is being offered through the TVET.
Okay. Thank you so much for that question, Drexwell. Now, the technical vocational education and training, in terms of it being separate from the trade school, it's one and the same.
It's the same.
It's being it's training under the umbrella of technical skills, vocational skills. Now, let me just position the TVET intervention. One, as you can appreciate, the macroeconomic health of any country is dependent on its human resource. Human capacity development is something that you'd hear the Ministry of Education speak about with respect to upskilling the people. Now, if we can make an investment, the government can make an investment, irrespective of the administration, in its people, that would be the first to win.
Yeah.
Now, in moving from that, in bringing it to the Turks and Caicos Islands context, when we look at the skills gap that exists, not only in Turks and Caicos, across the world, there are, so your discussion with the employer when he said he has to search for plumbers, masons, electricians, it is something that is endemic across sectors, across countries, leading countries. They are facing the same issue. So what about Turks and Caicos? It's going to be exacerbated because we are smaller.
Yeah.
So of course
it's more pronounced. Yeah.
We will feel the shocks even more.
Yeah.
And so what we have done, especially here at the TCI, of course, it is not as previous where we wanted to build out the space for the trade school. But what we've done within the TCI is advance that agenda, advance the agenda for human capacity development. And how we've started it is through what is called the Prior Learning Assessment Recognition Program. That program is where we look within the labor market, look within the labor force, and or work with the labor department. The TCICC's work with the labor department is such that we take labor market information, we utilize labor market intelligence, because of course we can't just act in a vacuum. We have to see what are the telltale signs within the labor market, within the workforce, so that we can respond. And that's a key pillar for TVET in terms of being responsive, being agile. And so what we did with that, we identified some sectors. We identified the construction sector, the hospitality sector. Now the hospitality sector, of course, is the bedrock of our economic survival.
It is.
In 2023 alone, 1.5 million visitors stopped over via cruise and by air. Now that should tell us something. That means we have a product that individuals are desirous of experiencing. And so when we look at the sectors, hospitality, construction, and beauty, we decided to roll out some instant certification programs. So what
hospitality industry.
For hospitality, construction, and beauty. So what we've done, we've utilized the Prior Learning Assessment Recognition Program, where we go into these workforce, the various sectors, and we identify, remember we're talking about Turks and Caicos Islanders. We're looking at the base, we're looking at our people within the Turks and Caicos to equip them with the skills so that they can take the jobs. And we identify the individuals and we give them what is known as gap training. Now we've formed a partnership with the National Council on Technical Vocational Education and Training, the NCTVET. that's recognized by CARICOM. Now, that is the agency, the accrediting agency, dare I say, within CARICOM that offers CVQ, the Caribbean Vocational Qualification.
Okay.
Now, that is international. That is big. Now, if we can equip our people with that certification, that means they can stand against any other individual in any other country.
So we have that.
So we're talking about global competitiveness. Now, so what we've done, we got these persons in training, given them the gap training, and then we gave them the certification. Matter of fact, they earned the certification. So we had assessors coming in just recently, last week, with the support of my VP Harris and the rest of the TCI CC team. We brought in a set of assessors. We assessed over 80 Turks and Caicos Islanders in customer service, general office admin. We even worked in the prison.
Yeah, but you all got to talk, because
No,
we're not hearing about this.
that's why we're on
that's why we're
Financially
here.
Speaking, Mr. Seymour. That is why you invited us here this morning.
Yes.
Because we can propel and tell the word. And I really appreciate your preface earlier, because you're really an ambassador for TCI-CC. That's how we want to sell the product. Because I can tell you cumulatively since we started the program in 2021, and that's when we did our interview, I suspect, in 2021, we would have enrolled over 260 Turks and Caicos Islanders. 260. Wait, the good news is coming. We would have certified over 240 of these individuals. Now, that is something to be applauded, and that is why we're on Financially Speaking, to push the word, to promulgate the impact of TVET. Because yes, we do not have a space in terms of, yes, that's a trade school, but within the TCI-CC, we are working, and we are impacting, we're building out spaces. If you stop by our campus in the Grace Bay area,
So you set up there already?
We are building out spaces. We have a cosmetology lab that we're already doing assessments in. We're building out that space. We have a workshop in the back where we intend to impact the construction sector. So you mentioned about the plumbers. You mentioned about the carpenters. You mentioned the masons. You didn't mention the tile fixers. You didn't mention automotive.
So you can have all of that at the community college?
That is the capacity.
And what's the time frame?
The time frame, Drex. It's all about finances, you know. It's all about finances. So, of course,
you got to make a request to the government.
we are, in fact, doing so.
Right.
But we're looking to bring these courses on stream in the next financial year.
Okay, so that's next year, September.
Next year, March, as early as. Because
financial year.
Yeah, so we want to bring these courses on. But we're not going to wait until we get all the money, Sir Seymour. We're going to start moving because we have a leadership that believes in moving things forward, advancing the agenda. And with the support of our executive leadership team, our President, Dr. Candice Williams, the rest of the board of directors, we have a board chairman, Mr. Seymour, that is always agitating for stakeholder support. And that's what we want. We want public-private partnership to drive the TVET agenda.
So this is you're gonna have hands on that. It's
Yes,
more than theory.
It's more than theory,
yes.
and that's what TVET is about. It's about practical skills. It's not just the theoretical concepts, but
the
also
application.
the practical, the application thereof. And so when we talk about plumber, it's not just knowing joints, U-joints, and how to apply adhesive. We're talking about the theoretical aspect. The length of the pipe will affect the flow, right? The dimension, the diameter of the pipe, the size of the pipe will determine the flow, the rate of flow. So things that are not just, I know how to do it, but actually I am capable of doing.
I think I should enroll. I think
You
I
should.
need to. I think I should enroll in that construction and plumbing thing.
Yes, you'll be the first advisor, Mr. Seymour.
I think I need to enroll. I think I'll save a lot of money.
Yes, let's talk about that. I know VP is itching to go.
Yeah.
But it's not a TVET
I'm going to
show.
save a lot of money for construction.
Because there are individuals that are coming to us already and saying, listen, when is the electrician course starting? When is because we had a batch before.
And this is free, right?
Yes, to Turks and Caicos Islanders. So once we would have completed level 1, remember, you can go to level 2 and you can go to level 3. So there are levels upon which you can advance. And so you mentioned about lifelong learners, Mr. Seymour, earlier. Now, just yesterday, we started a program in Introduction to Computers. Now, this program is delivered jointly by the Bahamas Technical Vocational Institute.
Oh, okay.
So we forged a partnership between our neighboring island, the Bahamas.
Right.
And you know, we are contiguous in nature,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
of course just up the road.
Yeah.
And we have started that program, so we are advancing the digital literacy agenda.
Okay.
So it's about equipping our people with the skills. So when we talk about human capacity development, imagine this. I'm a teacher by heart,
Right.
And by trade and profession, let me say. When that individual is trained certified, that individual is placed in the workplace, that individual now can deliver higher levels of performance.
Okay.
That higher level
Because
of
they have the
performance,
knowledge.
of
They have
course.
the hands-on.
Right. So you put those persons collectively in a space. That space collectively will be higher yielding in terms of productivity.
That's
and
awesome.
then you put that space now in a sector. That sector will be a high yield sector. Now that's what we talk about when we mention trickle down economics.
All right. So
Trickling down.
so we got plumbing. We got
Yes,
the mason.
it's coming.
industry.
It's
got-
coming.
So what you
Plumbing.
have now? You have the cosmetology.
The workshop, what we have now, we have cosmetology. Within cosmetology, we have nail technology. We have hair braiding. We have
I
makeup.
wish some of these young people go up to this because a lot of
They
them
are
spend
coming.
money every day, every week.
Can I tell you? I
They can do
can't.
their stuff their own self,
Yes.
and maybe even have their own business.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you when VP Harris came through the lab, she said, "Listen, Mr. Baxter, we need to get this going. I need to come in to get my makeup done, get my hair done," and that's the type of enterprise education
Okay.
that we will be
Yes.
exploring
so
as
that,
well.
so that the customer is up and running. The customer
Yes,
is
up and running.
What else is up
We
and
have
running?
customer service up and running. We have general office administration. And can I tell you, it's not just in Provo. We are offering training in Grand Turk.
Okay.
We're offering training in South
South
Caicos.
Caicos.
Oh, wow.
Through our
Yes.
satellite site.
Yes.
No,
Okay. And
like
people
I
are
said,
embracing the opportunity.
of course. Sir
right.
Seymour, listen, this is not, we just have an hour. VP
Yes.
Harris is waiting, but you have to
That
invite
is
us
awesome.
back.
I will encourage,
great news.
I
It is great
encourage
news.
people to embrace the opportunity.
Yes.
Regardless
Yes.
if we need this vacation, we need this
Yes.
school. But you have the TVET,
It's here. It
and
is
then you building out
We are.
the location
We are.
in Grace Bay.
We are, because we're
Yes.
creating access.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
we're responding to the Sustainable Development Goals. Goal 4, Goal 8. Goal 4 speaks of quality education. And Goal 8 speaks about decent work and economic viability. So that's what we are focused on. So undergirding our thrust, undergirding our vision, as Madam VP articulated earlier, to become the first choice. Those are some of the tenets that we are pushing here at the
All right.
TCICC.
Thank
And
you.
if I may add, Mr.
course,
Seymour, to
Dr.
what Dean has indicated, it's important to know that there is a strong buy-in at the political level. The political level and the governance level. The Minister of Education, the Honorable Rachel Taylor, she is a strong advocate of TVET education, of skills building,
Right.
of micro-credentialing
Right.
certification in the Turks and Caicos Islands. She believes in the common refrain that skills pay the bills.
That's right.
Skills do
And
pay the bills.
That's right.
Skills pay the
And
bills.
skills also
Yes.
help you make some extra money.
Yes,
Indeed.
of course. So at that level, at the governance, the board of directors, governors, the chairperson, the executive leadership led by our president, Dr. Candice, they have brought in strongly to the TVET mandate because we believe you cannot have a society without skills,
Yeah.
skills development.
Yeah.
And so you would have seen us also partnering with Invest TCI.
Indeed.
That is a government entity
Yeah.
that works with the Turks and Caicos
Yeah.
Islands Community College to build out
Yeah.
its partnership and to engage industry personnel so that we can develop the human capacity of the Turks and Caicos Island people.
Very good.
So
Well,
not just in academics, but in
Right.
skills.
Yes.
Right. I'm
Yes.
excited to see what's taking place at the community college. I'm very
Yes.
excited about this. So tell us about your role as the VP. Tell us what that involves.
Okay, so I'm Vice President Academics, Vocational and Student Affairs. So anything to do with academics, teaching, learning, and students, teaching, learning, students, student affairs, student services, teacher professional development, and that's the academic side, and of course the vocational side, which Dean Baxter would have spoken about.
All right.
Yes, so it's an integrated, holistic aspect of the college.
Right. Now, since you're here, I'm not sure whether you're the right person or not, but there are some parents, right, who would like for their children to enroll in the program in Provo, right? But there's some programs that are not offered at the Provo branch, they're offered at the Grand Turk branch. Do you think that the college will eventually have programs that offering both at both locations? For example, the nursing program, I believe, is only offered in Grand Turk, right?
Yes.
Do you think that will be offered in Provo as well?
Mr. Seymour, let me start at the beginning, where there's a policy at the Turks and Caicos Islands Community College where we would offer a program with a minimum of 5 students. Of course, you have to balance mission with money, and so it would not be cost effective if we were to go beyond 5 students.
Beyond
below 5 students. Although we have done that, we have had program with 3 students. So we have made great allowances to facilitate that once they can continue, you know, and advance themselves in the program. And so we have done that at both campuses, the GT, Grand Turk, and the Provo campuses. Relative to the nursing program, let me start again. I think you are aware that on the 25th of July, there was a landmark decision in the Turks and Caicos Islands where amendment was made to the health ordinance to allow the Health Professions Authority to administer the licensure exam for our nursing students. These students who are enrolled in the associate degree program at the TCI, after completion of their studies, there were no mechanisms to enable them to engage in a licensure examination and certification.
But I thought they went to Jamaica after they finished the 2 years here.
They engage in clinicals to augment their clinical experience in Jamaica, but not a certifying exam. Within the Caribbean, we have a certification exam called RENR, Regional Examination for Nurse Registration.
Okay.
Similar to the NCLEX in the United States.
Okay.
Similar to the UK board in the United Kingdom, and so on. So that landmark decision enabled the health authority to have oversight, to interact with CXC, who manages the exam for the nursing councils of the region, for the students to be duly registered in the examination. So for the first time, Mr. Seymour.
That is great.
Yes, it is great indeed. For the first time, historically, our nursing students will write their regional examination for nurse registration on the 3rd of October. The examination is offered twice yearly, in April and in October. So they will be writing the examination. And so they will be, on successful passing of the examination, they will be proficient and competent to be a part of the workforce, the human capacity that we speak about in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Well, that is excellent news. That is excellent news.
Yes.
So this October will be the first time.
The first cohort, the first time, a historic day where the students, the nursing students, will write a licensure exam to give them the ability to be registered as a nurse, as a professional nurse.
So they'll be considered a registered nurse?
Yes.
An RN?
Yes, once they have passed their
Once they pass the test?
Yes, the licensure
and plus
exam.
plus the 2 years at the community?
Yes. Yes. So whether you have a certificate in nursing or master's or Bachelor of Science in nursing, the point is you still have to engage anywhere in the world. You have to engage in a licensure exam.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes,
I'm a CPA, so you know,
okay.
a lot of people got their degree in accounting.
Yes,
but you wouldn't consider CPA unless you take that exam.
Yes, so
I understand
this
what you're
is
saying.
so this is similar to that, and so they would be writing that exam and wish them all the best.
And that will help them if they decide to go anywhere else. They can see that they are a registered nurse.
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, in fact, in the Caribbean, that exam RENR confers some reciprocity, because once they have passed that, it enables them to work anywhere in the Caribbean without any hurdles.
Wow.
And most persons, nurses who have engaged in the RENR, when they go overseas, they pass easily.
Right,
The registration exam easily. Yes, because they are equipped with the knowledge and the expertise and the competence.
That is
in
very
addition
good.
to that, Ms. Seymour,
You're doing some stuff, huh?
we are doing. We are going places.
All right.
We are going
Very
places,
good.
and it brings we come right around with the 30 years.
Yes.
30 years
30
of
years anniversary.
achievement. 30 years of achievement, where we are standing on the shoulders of giants who have gone, and we are moving on.
Yes.
They have given us the impetus to move on. And so in addition to that, we are embarking on a Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Wow.
Yes, because in most places, a Bachelor of Science is the entry level for nursing, professional nursing.
Yeah.
And so we have started discussion with the UE, with the University of the West Indies, where we will enter into a franchise arrangement to offer the Bachelor of Science.
Okay.
So the next cohort of nursing students will be engaging in a Bachelor of Science nursing program. And in addition to that, you spoke about GT and POVO relative to the nursing program. Presently, it is based at the Grand Turk campus. But what we recognize is that there is low intake, low subscription.
Less than 5?
Because most of the, around 5, between 5 and 7, most of the interest is in POVO.
Yes, that's what I gathered.
Yes, and so we are looking at revamping the program in GT and relocating it to our East Campus here in POVO.
It can't be in both?
It's more, we have to look at cost effectiveness.
Okay.
Students' travel, subsistence, the cost that would be incurred.
Okay.
Yes, and so we are looking at relocating that program to the POVO, where there is higher interest, higher subscription.
I understand.
Recently, you may not be aware, we have already started. We bought a simulator, a nursing simulator.
No, I'm not aware.
The first in the Caribbean of its kind.
The first of the Caribbean?
From the famous Guamard manufacturer. And this simulates all types and manner of human activity.
And where is this located?
This is at our skills lab in the Grand Turk.
Okay.
So we are enhancing the nursing program
That's very good.
as we build it out and move on to improve the product
That's
in terms of having a Bachelor of Science.
Awesome.
And so, you know, we would consider the college fit for purpose if we can, you know, have our nurses competently trained at that level.
Okay. Now, what about the auto mechanics? Because I'm quite sure I have a friend, and I think it's auto mechanics. They told me their son cannot do the program here in Provo. They have to go to Grand Turk. Is there any way we could do dual? I know cost is a factor, as you mentioned, about the nursing. Is that the same thing about the mechanics, the auto mechanics?
Well, it's based again on the numbers.
You have a course in auto mechanics, right?
It's offered in
Grand Turk.
Grand Turk, yes. Yes. But just yesterday we were in a meeting and we were looking, the executive, along with the dean, academics, and so on, and we are looking at ways to see how we can create hybrid approaches for students, for dual Grand Turk and Provo.
That'd be nice.
Yes,
yeah,
so
that'd be
the
awesome.
discussion has started, and it has not eluded us that we need to embark in such an initiative.
Well, that is great, and I think that the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands, really and truly, based on what you're saying, there's really no need for us unless you want to get some, international exposure. But basically, the community college is offering a variety, basically.
A variety. We have
you got the
7
nursing
faculty,
programs,
nursing
you got the auto mechanics, you got
computer
you
engineering
got the
and
business
mathematics,
management, you got the
business,
TVET,
hospitality, yes, TVET and TVE. Yes, we have a wide variety of programs for students selection and choice.
Do the businesses in the private sector, are they aware of what's happening at the community college? Because maybe they can enroll some of their employees in some of these programs. Are they aware?
Well, they are aware, but this is all part of our rebranding strategy to increase the college's visibility within the industry, within the community. Some are aware, but we are embarking on a rebranding strategy, which is to increase the visibility and the awareness.
We do need that.
To show, to demonstrate, to display what the Turks and Caicos Islands community is, what it stands for, what it offers.
Right.
And for students and learners across the health continuum at all ages to recognize that here is a place for you. You can come
here in Turks and Caicos.
Right here in Turks and Caicos. You can come and do anything.
Yeah. And you can also
digital
work.
literacy.
You can have a job.
Work and earn.
Yeah.
Learn and earn.
Yeah.
Learn and earn. So that is important.
Right.
For the community and to build human capacity within the country.
Yeah. That is. You saying something?
I'm just following up before you chime in, Mr. Seymour. Just in response to the awareness of businesses, we have employed a workforce development officer to stimulate that engagement between the college and the workforce. And we have been yielding tremendous success. Through the TVET program, we have worked with companies, the FSC, we have worked with the Immigration Department, we've worked with Provo Water, we've worked with a number of numerous companies who have said to us through our workforce development officer, Miss Benicia Miller, I know she's watching and listening, who want persons who want to access the TVET program more specifically. And these persons are working. These persons are there 9 to 5. But they have said to us, listen, we are desirous of having our employees upskilled. We're desirous of having our employees reskilled, retooled. And so through that liaison, that industrial liaison, we have been able to solicit the support of private and public sector with respect to allowing the employees to be a part of the TCICC's movement.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's more to be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
more to be done. But I think a lot has been done.
A lot has been done.
You could even get a bachelor's degree now, right?
Yes.
Certain programs.
Yes.
You have 2 locations then, I take it?
Yes, we have 2 locations. In fact, we have 3 locations.
Oh, of course.
We have, as well as a satellite in South Caicos. We have Baxter, and we have Provo, West Campus.
Yes.
Which is
down close to Smart.
Oh, yes.
And then we have the East Campus across here.
West and East, okay.
Yes, and we have a satellite in South Caicos.
What about North Caicos?
We are working on that.
You're working on North?
Yes, we're working on that because we believe no one should be left behind.
Right. Now, are there any plans to deal with agriculture as part of your as a program as part of the community college?
Well,
not at this time.
No. VP Harris is looking at me because she knows I have the answer.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No. That is squarely on our radar.
Yes.
Because food security is paramount, especially to us as a small island developing state. We believe that food must be in the requisite quantity, must be available to our citizens at the requisite quantity, within the requisite time, and at a sustainable level. Now, that is what food security is all about. And just last week, we sat in on a meeting to see how we can build out our response to food security and the green economy.
Yes.
Now, an initiative is just on the horizon.
Yes.
We're going to be working. If you notice, if you've ever been to Grand Turk and accessed the products from the Department of Correctional Services, they have a poultry and they have a small crop farm. And so they have been producing in small quantities to the community. We want to level that up. We want to upscale that. And so we're in discussions with the Department of Agriculture. We're including other agencies, critical agencies, we believe, the Environmental Health Department. We're involving the DECR. We're involving the Youth Department. We want a collective response to the green economy. And so, of course, you can look for us in terms of a presence, especially in North Caicos, because they, of course, have the space with respect to the arable land within North and Middle. And so we'll be looking to see how we can build out facilities. We've already coined demo farms within North Caicos and Grand Turk. I mentioned the stopover visitor arrivals, over 666,000. That spells opportunity.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Nothing but opportunity.
Definitely
We're talking about just cruise arrivals. We're talking about those visitors that would only come to Grand Turk via cruise. And that's an opportunity to upskill and to upscale our tourism product. Because we're talking about climate change. We're talking about practices within agriculture that are new, that we can only do on a small scale. We want to be pursuing that. And so our work with the Department of Agriculture is going to be invaluable, because within that department resides the expertise and the knowledge. And so we look forward to collaboration, and that's what we're about. One of our key or core value is collaboration.
Yes.
And that's how we believe we can thrive, especially in this global space, and especially in a time when we know as an institution we cannot go it alone. Together we can go further. And so that is the ethos that we're embracing as we march forward and as we impact not only the traditional skills, but also the green skills.
Yes.
I know you're going to ask me a question about the blue economy.
And the blue,
but
yes.
I'm going to await that question.
Oh, you can talk. The blue economy.
So
yes.
this is very good.
Yes.
This is very good. It's just that I believe a lot of people are not aware.
Yeah.
So what is the process of applying to the community college? I mean, can it be done online, or do you have to go in person? What is the process?
We are evolving, Mr. Seymour. Traditionally, it used to be manual. You walk in. Now everything is digital online. Application, registration.
And the response time?
Well, this is for the first time we are starting that process.
Okay.
The students are being self-enrolled. And so there are a few hiccups, like anywhere else.
Of course.
Yes. But it is going smoothly at this particular time. And it's an enhanced service at the Turks and Caicos Islands community as part of our rebranding strategy to ensure that we provide a quality product. There is no other place globally where students, lecturers, register for students, or students have to walk in manually and register and apply. Everything is online.
Yeah.
And so likewise, TCI, CC is moving along that trajectory into a digital world. So the students apply online, they register online for their classes.
All right, that is good.
And that is a new initiative starting this, recently, a couple of weeks ago, this
Very
fall
good.
semester.
I'm happy to see the progress. Now, I know you say you're going to be doing there's a rebranding going on. I mean, but what do you think we need to do to increase the value of the community college in the Turks and Caicos Islands? There's a lot of people sometimes, in my opinion, some people, they don't see the value of the community college. They feel it's better to go away than to go to local community college. Of course, there are some people that also criticize the community college, where they say that some teachers are not in the class. They go to class and nobody's there to teach them. That's the word on the street for some classes. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do to turn it around so people get excited and see the community college just like any other college in the United States or the UK?
Well, Mr. Seymour, no institution is utopian. All institutions have issues, challenges we may not be aware, but all of us have engaged, and we are aware that institutions do have challenges. TCI is recognizes its challenges, and it's making every effort to mitigate those challenges. What we need to do is to sell our stories.
Yeah.
We need to sell our stories.
I
And
agree.
we're here this morning because that is
Yes.
part of it. Selling the story. This is what we are. This is who we are.
I agree with you.
We also need to engage our alumni body who are graduates. Everywhere I go in the Turks and Caicos Island, there's someone who would have graduated from the Turks
Yeah.
and Caicos Islands community.
So testimonies.
Yes,
I think
testimonies.
that's very effective.
Testimonies.
And some of the people you didn't think went to community college.
Exactly.
They passed through the community college.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
everywhere
very,
I go, and having a discussion. I went to the Turks and Caicos Islands community. Great. So these are the people. And so we have to be more visible in our rebranding, more visible, sell our stories, get it out there, use various modes of communication, various modes. And so that is for external customers.
You're working on it.
Yes. But internally, I can assure you that we are improving our product.
Yeah. And mostly, go ahead.
Yes.
Most of your lecturers, are they full-time lecturers, or are they persons who are in the workforce and they just teach in the evenings? Or
We
is it
have a combination.
combination?
Yeah. Like most institutions, you have full-time lecturers and you have adjunct lecturers.
Okay.
But we are improving our product, starting with our lecturers. We engage them in professional development. Professional development where they are provided, apart from the skills and the expertise they bring initially with their certification, those skills are augmented during training, professional development, so that they can impart knowledge appropriately. Not just the academic and the technical skills, but impart the soft skills among students.
Yeah.
Ability to communicate, appropriate attitude, because oftentimes when students graduate and they go into the workplace, persons say, okay, they are skilled, they are competent in areas, but they lack the soft skill.
Yeah.
And so we're training our faculty and staff to ensure that these skills are incorporated into the overall holistic development of the students, so that when they graduate, here you have a whole product here.
And that's how it should be. It's
Yes.
more than just the theory. You have to come with everything.
Everything.
You got to be able the ability to think. The
everything.
ability, to interact.
Yes.
Along with the knowledge that you've earned.
Great. Great.
You're absolutely right.
Great. And so with all of that, staff development, student development, we believe that we are embarking on a quality product.
Yes.
Very good.
have our staff recently engaged in certification of 91,000 quality standard performance. And this is the bedrock of any institution that's worth its salt. That your staff know about quality standards, that your staff know about best practices, and that your staff know about risk management, so that they can incorporate those into the overall performance. So we are going places. We are also embarking on an accreditation journey for TCI-CC, where we'll have...
So you're not accredited?
Well, some programs we articulate, but
So some, not some
some
programs.
are not, yes, but we are looking at the overall
I understand.
institutional accreditation. And so it's a rebranding.
Yeah.
It's a rebranding.
Yeah.
So we have started that journey.
Yeah.
And every journey requires a first step.
Yes.
So we have started that step. So we are improving in terms of the overall product, improving our infrastructure in terms of a conducive environment for staff and students, improving the physical appearance for both faculty and
Yeah.
students, and of course improving customer service, improving the way faculty and students interact,
Right.
and providing support services for our students.
Okay. And what do you, I know you're talking about the accreditation and stuff like that. So what will it take for the community college to become University of the Turks and Caicos Islands? Well, what would it take? What steps would it take? Was that part of the plan?
Yes, that is part of our strategic plan.
Okay.
We are building out our five-year strategic plan, and that is the plan to be accredited institutionally. Yes. So as I said, we have started the journey, and part of the quality training is that first step.
I got
Where
you.
we ensure that certain mechanisms, SOPs, policies and procedures are in place, because when the accreditors visit, they want to see certain things. We will be measured by a yardstick and certain things. So we have started that journey.
Well, I think we're almost to the end of our show. Do you have any other areas that you'd like to mention that perhaps we have not covered? Anything you want to say? Anything else?
I think it's important for us. We are, as part of our rebranding, we are trying to increase our enrollment. In fact, we have done so over the past year with a 38% increase in enrollment.
Oh, wow.
So we are going places. Students would not come if they think that the college was not an institution that they should attend. So we have realized that, and although it's still a bit early, because our late registration is coming to an end next week, we're still counting the numbers, and we envision that there will be greater enrollment of students. And that says a lot for the college. It says a lot for the community. It says a lot for the Turks and Caicos Islands, because if the more students we have, the more we build human capacity.
Yeah.
And so that is what my appeal for students to come on board. There is a diverse, there are diverse programs they can enroll in, skills, technical area, academic areas.
That is awesome.
And I also want to urge the community partners support, continued support.
Yes.
Relative to that, because we need the support,
of course,
the emotional support, we need the financial support.
Yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
And we're small, but we're Talawa.
Yes.
And we're moving forward.
I can see that.
Yes.
You know, like I envision one day, you know, we have University of the Turks and Caicos Islands, and we not only attract local students, I envision one day that we're going to have a great facility that you'll be attracting people from the world to come here to that's my vision.
Yes.
I like, you know, to see at the University of Turks and Caicos.
And that will come, Mr. Seymour.
Yeah.
That will come. Like, it's a journey. It will come. Already we have a diverse population of students from the entire Caribbean.
Yeah. And you know, it's a great place. People could come here and you know, live on the sand and beach and go to get a college education at the same time, just like people come here as tourists, you know.
Yes.
But I have a question from someone. Are there any environmental programs like solar oceanography that can attract our students? Do you have any of those programs at the college at this time?
We are embarking on that. We are looking, when we spoke about the blue economy, we are embarking on that oceanography. In fact, we have a specific lecturer who is trained in the marine industry.
All right.
And
So hopefully next year. But you don't have it right now.
We don't have it right now.
And that, of course, forms a part of our response to the blue economy.
Yes.
And that will be us impacting training within the maritime space and the marine space, distinct sectors, but all within the blue economy. So definitely, we are punching above our weight, Mr. Seymour and Turks and Caicos. We are, in fact, making inroads. Maybe we need to do a better job of putting the messaging out there, but we are, in fact, putting the messaging out there. We have a hard-working marketing and communication officer who is making visibility, is putting it up close and center. But of course, the stories need to be told.
Yeah. I think the testimonies are very effective.
Yes.
If you get more people, alumni from the community college, I think that's very effective.
Yes.
And I think that'll help.
Yes.
Well, we've come to the end of Financially Speaking. It's a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Harris.
Pleasure to meet you too,
Baxter.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best. It sounds like the community college is really doing a lot. And I really encourage, you have any closing remarks?
Beg your pardon?
Any closing remarks?
I just need to say to the public, the listening and viewing public, that, and to the potential learners, the parents and the guardian, tuition is free for Turks, Islanders, and BOT citizens. And they should maximize that opportunity. There are places where persons are unable to get free tuition for an education, and so they should embrace that opportunity to the maximum. And this goes for learners, it goes for parents and guardians. It is free, make use of it. The government has seen it fit to provide it, and so it should be embraced strongly by the citizens of this beautiful Turks and Caicos Island.
Right.
You have anything?
I just echo what my VP would have spoken about in terms of just enroll. We have a beautiful product. We have a globally competitive product. And as you, in your opening salvo, Mr. Seymour, you spoke about, you do not have to go to the UK, you do not have to go to the US. We have a quality product right here within the Turks and Caicos Islands. Take advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. And I just want to encourage all of you, to embrace the community college. I know one of the sore things, I think, for most parents is during the time of the scholarship awards. When the scholarship comes around and they don't see their child being awarded a scholarship. And I know some parents really, really get depressed and discouraged. But, of course, I have my own personal views about scholarships, I believe the community college is a great way as a foot start for you to enroll your children in the community college. They have a variety of programs. These programs are accepted throughout the world. They are in partnership with the Bahamas Tech, that's what they're called. They're in partnership with UWI. You can go to schools in America, you go to school in the UK, and they'll accept you 2 years. At least most schools, they'll accept you 2 years. And I encourage you to embrace that. It's there, the facility is there. Use it, and it can make a difference. It can make a difference. You can become an entrepreneur. You could fill that gap that's so needed in this country, with the skills gap that is so needed. You can make so much money being a plumber. You can make so much money being a carpenter. You can save money as well if you decide to build a house or build apartments. That the opportunity is there, and I encourage you to check the community college out. It's right here in our doorsteps, and we can't beat it. I mean, it's free. The good thing about it, I think a lot of classes are offered in the evenings, so you have an opportunity to also work during the day and go to classes in the evenings. And I always want to say to parents, I encourage you to also put aside some money for your children's future. We cannot expect the government to provide scholarship for everyone, and they shouldn't. I think we also have a responsibility as parents to also play a role in the tertiary education of our children. But the community college, of course, It's free. It's free. That's 2 years. That's free for you as parents. It's free for you as children, as students. So you have to embrace the opportunity. I know a lot of times, we do complain, and you have a right to voice your concern. You have a right to complain. You have a right to, but let's put that into action. Let's do something about what we say. Let's enroll in that community college. We say there are not enough of us in the field. Well, then let's equip ourselves to get in the field.
Right.
There should always be first preference for Turks and Caicos Islanders. If you enroll yourself, you equip yourself with the knowledge, you go into the workforce, you should have first preference. And if you don't have first preference, then you need to deal with it legally. If you applied for something, then you need to do it legally. And honestly, you don't have to think about a job. I always believe that we need to think about becoming entrepreneurs. I think that is the key. The community college could equip you to become an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And I believe that is the key for most of us here in Turks and Caicos Islands. Become an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. Start that business. Start that plumbing business. Start that carpentry business. Start it. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, it will benefit you. It will benefit your children, your grandchildren. It'll be a legacy that you can leave behind. It'll also give you a sense of pride that you are making a difference in your country. Let's do it. The community college is free. Let's try it. Have a wonderful day. Be back next Tuesday at 11 a.m.